Moving along, Indonesia's new capital city of Nusantara is under construction with more than 13,000 workers calling the city their temporary home.
And to get a glimpse of what their temporary homes looks like, we have the exclusive report from our news team, Satya Pramesi and Sri Rizky from Nusantara.
Hello everybody, we have a special coverage for you brought to you by Telkomsel's Hyper 5G broadband network. Probably the fastest broadband network that you can gain access to in the new capital city of Nusantara. And of course, the corporation that has very happily, and of course we are very grateful for, to lend us these really nice smart glasses so that you are able to see what I am able to see. And perhaps you might be a little confused about what I am looking at right now, because this is one of several places that house the 13,900 construction workers that work and operate within the Nusantara area. And I'd like to show you around what it looks like, how it feels to be inside, and of course some of the things that I find quite interesting about this place, starting of course with the facilities. Right where I am right now, right in front of where I'm looking at, is the mosque where construction workers and of course other people who are living in this HPK or Hunian Pekerja Konstruksi, also known as construction workers housing in English, can go to pray communally and perhaps also pray for Friday prayer as well. If you look around us right now at our surroundings, you can see that it almost feels like a neighborhood. And I think perhaps that this might be one of the reasons why it was designed that way as well, so that people can walk quite closely to each other, people can interact quite closely to each other as well. And of course that means that in a way it feels like a very close-knit community of many different people all at once. Now this isn't the only HPK in Nusantara, and not only is the only HPK around Nusantara either. There are several, as a matter of fact. There's another one right over there as well. And by a single HPK, I do mean a single neighborhood of HPK. You can see these kinds of housing almost look like semi-apartments, if you will, are made of very simple construction material, meaning they're very simple to build up, and they're also very simple to take down when the time is necessary for them to be taken down. Over here down there somewhere, there's a stage where people can enjoy a little bit of entertainment. From what I understand, almost every single day there's at least one form of entertainment that goes on stage, whether it be artists, musical artists, or other forms of artists as well. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, there is another place in HPK, one or two, that where you can watch movies together as well. Nobar in Indonesian. But if you look over here behind where the camera person is, where Dora is, and where I am looking at right now, we have the actual canteen of the HPK. And I'll kind of take you on a little tour of what it looks like from the outside. And while we talk a little bit, I'd like to also mention that this HPK is actually quite close to Nusantara. It is technically within Nusantara itself, but it's also a little bit to the side and in a place where the dust isn't as heavy compared to the central construction sites that are being built in right now. As you can see, it is quite full of people that are currently having lunch or just going on a break. And you can see, if you look in the glasses, that all the shoes here are placed down on the floor just below and just behind the floor where the canteen starts. And the reason behind that is because obviously these are construction workers. They work in a place where lots of dust come around, and as a result, if they were to wear their shoes or their footwear into where the canteen is, it would be quite dusty. And so there's been a rule that says that you are not allowed to wear your shoes inside the threshold of the canteen. The actual contents of the canteen itself are quite full of different kinds of food, but of course all of them are Indonesian. My favorite option is somewhere in there. It's ayam geprek, which, now that I think about it, is very Jakarta of me, but anyway. And of course over there on the right, and the very right hand side corner, there is actually a grapari for Telkomsel, where you can buy Telkomsel cards and Telkomsel internet plans as well, so that no matter which part of Nusantara you live in, no matter which part of the HPK you live in, you're always not too far away from a place in case you ever have emergencies where you need to buy a new SIM card, or perhaps where you need to buy more data for your mobile phone. And so overall, this is quite a practical place for construction workers, and of course for other people, including some of the See Today crew as well that live in the HPK, to kind of take a load off, enjoy some time, a little bit of a break before they have to get back to work, or perhaps before they rest for a longer time and then come back to work perhaps the next day. And of course, I'd like to mention again, this coverage is brought to you by Telkomsel's Hyper 5G broadband network, their latest and greatest broadband technology that is obviously quite an important infrastructure aspect of Nusantara. And of course, this has been a report brought to you by Satya Pramesi and Sri Rizky right here from See Today.